Anxiety is the invisible weight that so many people carry, quiet, constant, and exhausting. It creeps in during silence. It spikes during uncertainty. And sometimes it paralyzes us without warning. You might look perfectly calm on the outside, but inside, your thoughts race, your chest tightens, and your peace slips away. But what if you could face anxiety, not by fighting it, but by understanding it? Long before modern psychology, the Stoics developed one of the most powerful frameworks for calming the anxious mind, not through medication or avoidance, but through reason, reflection, and radical clarity. Today we explore the Stoic Cure for anxiety, and how you can use their wisdom to take back control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your life. What is anxiety, according to the Stoics? Anxiety isn't new. Ancient philosophers wrestled with it every day. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if something terrible happens? Stoics like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius understood something most people still miss. It's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about those events. That's a quote from Epictetus. This is the root of anxiety. It's not the job interview, not the email, not the future itself. It's the story we tell ourselves about what might happen, and what it might mean. So, the Stoic insight? Well, anxiety isn't actually caused by life itself, it's caused by thought. And if it's caused by thought, then, it can be cured by thinking differently. At the core of Stoic philosophy, there's this really clear division. What you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your decisions. And then what you cannot control, the future, other people, outcomes, and honestly, most of life's randomness. Anxiety thrives when you focus on what's outside your control. You can't control whether someone likes you. You can't control how the world responds to your effort. You can't even control what tomorrow brings. But you can control how you show up. You can control what you prepare. And you can control how you interpret everything that happens. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. That's from Epictetus. This isn't passive. It's powerful. It tells your anxious mind that, hey, you're not helpless, just focusing on the wrong thing. One of the boldest Stoic techniques is called Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. The Stoics didn't avoid the worst-case scenario. Instead, they imagined it, clearly, and they prepared for it, both mentally and emotionally. He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. Let's say you're worried about losing your job. The average person avoids that thought. It causes discomfort. The Stoic, they ask, what if I lost it? Could I survive? Could I rebuild? What would I learn? By doing this, you steal the fear from the future. You realize even in the worst scenario you can endure. And when you stop fearing the worst, you stop being controlled by it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to with the same weapons of reason which today arm you." Anxiety, it kind of pulls you into the future. Stoicism, on the other hand, brings you back to the now. Your power doesn't exist in what might happen. It exists in what you can do right now, with what you have, where you are. Ask yourself, can I solve this problem right now? Is this fear based on fact or just imagination? If the answer is imagination, return to reality. Breathe. Focus. Ground yourself. This is where peace begins. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily in his personal journal, not for fame but for clarity. You can do the same. When anxiety shows up, just grab a notebook or open your notes app and write, what exactly am I worried about? What story am I telling myself? Is it true? Is it rational? What's in my control? What's the next wise action? The act of writing moves you from emotion to observation, from being inside the anxiety to looking at it from the outside. That shift is everything. One of the roots of anxiety is fragility, the fear that we can't handle discomfort, failure, or loss. The Stoics trained to eliminate that fear by practicing hardship on purpose. Seneca would sleep on the floor, wear rough clothes, and eat the simplest food, even though, honestly, he was one of the richest men in Rome. Why? Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare. And ask yourself, is this the condition I so feared? Modern application? Well, take a cold shower. Leave your phone behind for the day. Try a small fast. Go without something you normally cling to. These little acts teach your brain, I can handle discomfort, I won't fall apart. And that confidence honestly kills anxiety. Fear often says, this will ruin me. But Stoicism says, this will reveal me. Marcus Aurelius believed that adversity was not an obstacle, but a path to greatness. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So when anxiety tells you that something is bad, try to reframe it. What can I learn here? What part of me is growing stronger? What virtue is this moment demanding? By changing the meaning, you change the emotion. The Stoics believed that humans are not just instinct and impulse. We are rational beings, capable of stepping back, observing our fears, and responding wisely. Epictetus said, when something happens, the only thing in your power is your attitude toward it. You can either accept it or resent it. You don't need to pretend you don't feel anxiety. You just need to remember, you are not your anxiety. You are the calm behind it, the watcher, the thinker. That's your true identity, and it's more powerful than any passing fear. Words matter. The Stoics used reminders, mental mantras to keep their focus sharp. Try these affirmations out loud or in your journal. I control my thoughts. Not the future. This is not in my control, and that's okay. I've faced worse than this. I will endure. I am not my emotions. I am my reason. Let me act with courage, even in uncertainty. Say them daily. Say them when fear hits. Say them until they become a part of how you think. At the heart of anxiety is the illusion that we should know what's coming. But the Stoics accepted that life is uncertain and always will be. Seneca wrote, "What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster." That's why Stoics train for surprises. They accept uncertainty, not with panic but with peace. Because the goal is not to know the future. The goal is to meet it with strength when it comes. Anxiety doesn't go away overnight, but neither does strength. The Stoics believed that the calmest minds were not born. They were trained to question their thoughts, trained to live in the present, trained to let go of control, trained to meet adversity with clarity and composure. So the next time your mind races, your chest tightens, or fear creeps in, don't fight it. Pause. Ask, is this thought true? Return to your breath, return to reason, and act with strength, not because you feel calm, but because you've trained to be calm. That is Stoicism, that is power, that is the end of unnecessary anxiety. Thanks for watching Quiet Strength Philosophy. For more timeless Stoic wisdom, subscribe and begin mastering your mind.